overview of Mother Cabrini's life, very important saint in our own country. Frances Xavier Cabrini was the first United States citizen to be canonized. Her deep trust in the loving care of God gave her the strength to be a valiant woman doing the work of Christ. Refused admission into the religious order that had educated her to be a teacher, she began charitable work at the House of Providence Orphanage in Italy. In September of 1877, she made her vows there and took the religious habit. When the bishop closed the orphanage in 1880, he named her Prioress of the Missionary Sisters of the Sacred Heart. 7 young women from the orphanage joined with her. Since her early childhood in Italy, Frances had wanted to be a missionary in China, but at the urging of Pope Leo XIII, she went west instead of east. She traveled with 6 sisters to New York City to work with the thousands of Italian immigrants living there. She found disappointment and difficulties at every step. When she arrived in New York City, the house intended to be her first orphanage in the United States was not available. The Archbishop advised her to return to Italy, but Frances, truly a valiant woman, left the Archbishop's residence all the more determined to establish that orphanage, and she did. In 35 years, Frances Xavier Cabrini founded 67 institutions dedicated to caring for the poor, the abandoned, the uneducated, and the sick. Seeing great need among the Italian immigrants who were losing their faith, she organized schools and adult education classes. As a child, she was always frightened of water, unable to overcome her fear of drowning. Yet, in spite of this fear, she traveled across the Atlantic Ocean more than 30 times. She died of malaria in her own Columbus hospital in Chicago. The compassion and dedication of Mother Cabrini is still seen in hundreds of thousands of her fellow citizens not yet canonized who cared for the sick in hospitals, nursing homes, and state institutions. We often complain of increased medical costs in an affluent society, but the daily news shows us millions who have little or no medical care and who are calling for new Mother Cabrinis to become citizen servants of their land. At her canonization on July 7, 1946, Pope Pius XII said, although she was very frail, her spirit was endowed with such singular strength, knowing the will of God in her regard. She permitted nothing to stop her from accomplishing what seemed to be beyond the strength of someone like her. As we remember and pray for the intercession of Mother Cabrini today, I think she's extremely relevant for us in our own day and age when we're confronted with different ideas and thoughts about people coming to our country. There are always holy people whom the Lord raises up to minister to those in need. So we should always be willing to put aside our political thoughts about who comes here and who doesn't, and trust that when they do, there are people who will provide. People of faith like Mother Cabrini, who give of themselves to be hospitable and caring for those